there and welcome again to my studio. My name is Phil and I am a cartoonist. If you saw my last video, I think I kind of made myself pretty much clear on what kind of direction I want to take with the channel, and I kind of just don't want to waste much time. I kind of want to jump right into this. So for today, I was working earlier on a cartoon of a dragon, and I thought this is kind of cute. This would actually be perfect for what I want to do here, and I think I'm going to do that right now. I think I'm going to restart it, and you can follow along if you'd like. So grab yourself a sheet of paper, a pencil, or if you have a drawing tablet, you can follow along on that using Procreate. At the moment, I'm going to use my XP Pen tablet just simply because it is easier to record what I am doing at the moment with what I have for my setup. Later on, I do want to start going in pencil and paper on the desk and see if I can record off the iPad, etc. and so forth. You get the idea. Anyways, enough of me rambling. Let's just kind of get into this. Alright, so for this particular project I decided just to open Clip Studio Paint, but really you can open up anything you'd like to follow along. And I started off with an oval shape for the body. I wanted a oval shape on its side with the larger end at the back for where the haunches will connect, and I wanted on a bit of a 3/4 view because I think if you draw something straight on or straight onto the side, it looks kind of boring. So from that center line, I could figure out where the neck was going to go and where the center of the spine would be. I just roughed in the head very quickly, and I thought it'd be kind of cute because it is a funny drawing. Just to have him stand with his legs together underneath these little legs. I tried a bit of a different stance, having the legs outwards like this, but I thought it gave him too much of an aggressive look. So we'll just stand with the cutesy stance with the heels together and the feet pointing out. I was going to have him on more of a rounded surface and decided just to make it on a flat surface. And I drew a center line there just to make sure that the heels of the front and back legs would connect properly. Just roughed in the feet from there, and I have one heel kind of slightly in front of the other because it gives it kind of that dainty-ish look when you do that. And I thought that would look cute for this big heavy thing to have that kind of stance. I sort of added a bit of a short angular tail, and figured out where the back of the spine would connect. And then from here I started to roughen the face, give him some larger eyes, and raise the eyebrows a bit on it, roughed in where the nose is going to go, and also roughed in where approximately I was going to attach horns. He kind of reminded me a little bit of, if you know the old Warner Brothers cartoon with Yosemite Sam and a dragon, and I had that a little bit in the back of my head, but I couldn't remember exactly what he looked like, but that's fine anyways. I didn't want to copy that. I did want to make sure I didn't give him too much of a chin, because I think the less of a chin you have on something, the more of a dopier look it has. And I then continued by adding on the horns once I figured out where they were going to attach. And now I was deciding I was going to ink it. And I was just, from here actually I wanted to actually tighten the drawing a little bit around here. I tend to draw very, very rough. Sometimes people can't even make out my stuff, whether it gets so rough, and I feel like I'm the only one that looks at it and knows where the finished drawing is within all the pencil line scratches. So I'm trying to be a little bit cleaner, and I just wanted to go and tighten that up a little bit. I think from here, I added the spines onto the back, made sure that it followed the center line of where his spine goes. And just tried to clean up some of the detail on the face a little bit. So I added another layer. I turned down the opacity of the pencil drawing and added another layer so that I can start inking it. And the XP Pen kind of has a bit of a funny way that it tapers, and it frustrates me a little bit. It's one of the downsides to it, and maybe just be the way I'm using it, I don't know. But I decided to go in and start inking. I think if I was to go back and do this again, I wouldn't pick such a thick, heavy line. I think it would have made the line a little bit thinner, but considering this is just a cutesy drawing, I wasn't going to be too concerned about it, and decided just to keep going. Made sure I had the structure of the face working right, and again, I think if I went back over this again, I'd clean up the line work a little bit more. I have to excuse my phone, sorry about that. I put in the horns, and I added some lines around the horns so that it kind of emphasized the round shape of them a bit, and made sure it looked like they were pointing the right direction. I continued inking from where the center line of the spine is around the haunches, and then continued with the legs, gave them kind of wrinkly knees, and kind of wanted to, once I got the feet in, these flappy feet I gave him. And I overlapped the ankles. I had one ankle in front of the other because I think that also gives him a little bit of a added dainty look. I finished the tail, and then figured out where I wanted to attach the spines again. This time, just sort of taking a little bit more care that it followed his back properly. Maybe along like that. Added some sort of skin folds around where the leg connects, so that it makes it look a little bit more like they're connected, and a center line under where his belly is. Last minute, I decided to add these spots. I actually started putting them in thinking I was just going to delete them and cut this part out. But as I added them, I realized I kind of liked it. So I decided to leave them. Again, I think if I was to redo this drawing, I'd redraw them with a bit better of a pen line. You have to excuse me, I'm losing my voice a little bit. And as well, I decided to add another layer and start coloring it. And I had no intention to color it, but just at the last minute, I decided to keep going and give him a little bit of color. So I added some traditional dragon green and some purple. I didn't do any shading in this. There was no three-dimensional shading. And as nice as that does look on a finished piece, I don't think you necessarily always need to do that. I think if your line quality is strong and your structure is strong in a drawing, it can look three-dimensional enough no matter how much shading you put into it. But the shading is nice for if you really want to do something clean and finished. But for this, I hadn't even intended to put color down. I just decided to add it at the last minute. And I think I had to redo the color of the spines here because I didn't like it. I wanted to give it a brighter color on the back. Finished out with the gray horns, and that kind of finished them off. If you followed along with this, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you and maybe even see some samples of your own work. If you want to see more of my work, you can go to my Instagram and see more of my finished work. And I think I should be able to connect some additional videos here on the end. Anyways, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff people ask you to do. We'll see you again in another video. Bye for now.